Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I almost forgot that I didn't record an episode this weekend or week or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I just finished watching Terminator, the first one, the OG, the original with Young Child and everything. Me and Mrs. B. Rob enjoyed the evening carrying on watching this old classic film, and I lost track of time. Not only that I lost track of time by watching that film and enjoying in the company of my family, it's just that I've been working so much, a lot, also to throw on top of work, I have to do some training, some recertification and everything. So a lot of that's been going on. So, yeah. And in between time, I've been reigniting my passion for video gaming and everything. So I've been telling you that I've been playing Midnight Suns, and also I've been playing the newly released WWE 2K23. And this is the first time that I've played a WWE game since 2K19. I think AJ Styles might have been the cover athlete for that. But getting back into a WWE video game is pretty fun. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. There have been some noticeable improvements since the last time that I've played a WWE 2K game. And yeah, I mean, am I saying rush out right now and get it? Nah. If you got the disposable income though, yeah, go ahead, cop that. I have no doubt that it will be on sale here pretty soon, as is with a lot of these 2K games and everything. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. Sorry for the late entry this evening, but I was enjoying family shit. And on top of introducing Young Child to classic cinema, we are also going to cover the whole entirety of the Terminator series, film series and everything. I know there's the Sarah Connor Chronicles that I have never seen. And, that now that I say it out loud, I'm kind of interested in what that show might be. I can tell you one thing. When it was originally in the syndication, when it was on air, week to week live television, I know what turned me off to it. So there was a commercial show, commercials, doing commercial stuff, advertising the show. And a dude ran into frame, held up a 50 caliber rifle, like in the standing position, and shot it from the shoulder with no recoil whatsoever. I seen that shit. I mean, I'm in the military at this point in time. I done seen some things, shot some things, did some stuff. And to see that, it totally turned me off to watching the show. So that's why I never watched the Sarah Connor Chronicles and everything. So it'd be that way. Speaking of WWE 2K23 and wrestling and all that stuff, we are in the midst. We in the shadow of WrestleMania. April 1st, April 2nd will be night 1, night 2 of WrestleMania 37, 38, whatever this one is. I get asked the question quite a few times, especially amongst my family members, because they know how much I love professional wrestling, how much it's been a part of my life. And they asked me if I was going to WrestleMania. To that, I replied, no. I had an opportunity to go. Mrs. B. Rob wanted to fund the trip, but we were going through some things and had to take care of some stuff. And I didn't feel right and all conscious to, take those funds to just do, just something like that, So I did some adult stuff and just said, all right, we need to do this first before, I can enjoy myself. But that's cool. Shit happens, life happens. And my one trip that I'm looking forward to this year, we are going to Grenada or whatever, somewhere in the Caribbean for our 15-year anniversary. That's right. We're going to a sandals resort. This is Mrs. B. Rob's dream to go do something like that. And I could care less, but if it makes her happy, I'm down with it. And, you know, this will be the official first time that we have ever used our passports. So if you ever get a passport, it lasts for 10 years. So we bought passports a long time ago, over 10 years ago. And we never used it, not the once in that first purchase. So we got them renewed, and this will be the very first time that we have used our passports. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. Get my first stamp. Hopefully it won't be the last, but this is a cool journey. What I imagined my first stamp being was Canada. I thought I was going to been to Canada by now, but that hasn't happened. It will, because there is another future plan for a trip to where we fly into Portland, we drive up to Seattle, and then we drive up to Canada, because Mrs. B. Rob also wants to go to Portland for whatever reason. And the only thing that I know about Portland is I think that's where they filmed the TV show Grimm. So that's that. And so we're going to go to Portland, hang out there for a day or two, drive up to Seattle, hang out there for a day or two, then drive up to Canada, stay there for a day or two, then fly back home. And hopefully that's where I can get my second stamp. I'm down with that. You know, it's been a dream to go to Canada. I'm also thinking about going to Alaska, but I got to, you know, make sure my timing is right, because I don't want to end up there for like the 30 days a night and shit. You know, we seen that movie and we was like, I don't know if I want to go to Alaska. But yeah. So, yep, that's what's on the docket right now. A lot of many life changes and everything. For those of you who are listening to this for the first time, I must remind you that this is the Random Rounds with Rob podcast. And I would like to thank you all so much for giving my show a try. And if anybody recommended you to me, I would like for you to reach over and give that person a crisp high five. But if you're not in their general vicinity, or you're weird about slapping hands with your homie, pick up your favorite social media app of choice and send them a well-crafted DM telling them thank you for recommending you to me. Speaking of social media, you can find the Random Rounds with Rob on various social media platforms to include Twitter at 3R Show, Instagram at the 3R Show, and you can see as well as hear some interviews that I've done on YouTube by looking for 3R Show. And for anything that I may have forgotten to mention, you can go to randomrob.com, to where you can find many different ways to help support the show. And you will also find our sponsor, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Go to hooksrub.com, to where you can get 15% off your order if you use promo code RANDOM. That's 15% off your order of these lovely array of blends, herbs, and spices that you can put on all manner of culinary delight by going to hooksrub.com and using the promo code RANDOM. So yeah, a little out of order, a little random episode that I got for you today. Not much going on the forefront, on the horizon. Just gearing up for WrestleMania. Like I said before, it's going to be a lot going on with RBR and everything. And for those of you who don't know about RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk, it says it in the title. We do it live every Wednesday night after AEW Dynamite. So about 9-ish Central. So you can watch that. You can view it on twitch.tv/RBR Wrestling. And you can listen to it in the podcast form on all of the things. So check us out. Live wrestling talks, baby. But that's all I got. I just wanted to skeet on up in here. Skeet, skeet, skeet. Pause, as some of you New Yorker listeners would say. Because I forgot. I really did. I just got caught up in my own bullshit or whatever, and I just got caught up. But what I do want to remind you once again, April 2nd will be the 7th annual Ask Miss B Rob. So I got a couple questions in. I appreciate you those for donating. And what I'm asking for is for random questions for you, the listener, to ask Mrs. B Rob, my wife. So it can be any manner of question that you want to ask my wife, and she'll answer it on this very special edition of Ask Miss B Rob for the 7th year anniversary of the show. Is actually the anniversary of the show is January 13th, but until we kick off the Ask Miss B Rob episode, it ain't truly the anniversary or whatever. And also, it's typically done on March 29th, which is the anniversary of my life force. So March 29th, I'll be 41 years old, y'all. I'm on the downslope. I'm over the hill, so to speak, or whatever. And there's a lot of controversy about that term, that turn of phrase, over the hill. So in my mind, you promise what, so many score of 10 or whatever. I forget what a score is anyway, but typically, if you're looking at the Bible and other things like that, you're looking at about 70 years of life, 80 if you're good, so to me, over the hill would be 41, because 40 would be the halfway point. It would be the top. It would be the precipice of the mountain. It'd be the peak, so to speak. That was a rhyme. I did that. But yeah, so if 40 is the peak, 41 is the downslope. I'm on my downturn or whatever. I mean, it's not my downfall, but I'm just saying, that's in my mind what over the hill is. So that could be a question that you can ask Miss B Rob. So if you want to submit some questions for the 7th anniversary show of Ask Miss B Rob, you can do so by sending maybe a voicemail to 304-825-5762, or you can send an email to randomrobcast@outlook.com detailing a whole bunch of questions and all that stuff, or you can tweet it. I'm on Twitter @3R Show. Use the hashtag Ask Miss B Rob, or you can DM me. You got all my social media or whatever, man. Just send me some stuff. I would thoroughly appreciate it. Mrs. B Rob would appreciate it, because that's what she looks forward to. Not really, but that's what she would tell you. Anyway, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time.
We got new shows every Sunday.
And the Rambling Rob.
Here we go.